Hey, it's Mark with Mark's Virtual Real Estate Channel, and we're back in Upland again. And we have some really exciting news because Upland has created a new thing for us to learn and figure out, and that is Totems. And so I'll talk a little bit about it and give you my opinion on what I think about it. And as always, we love the likes and comments to hear what you think about it as well. So before we get too far, we are having a contest for the Lazy Node in Upland where we can help you build your build. So my last video, or 2 videos ago, talked about that entries. You just go comment on that video if you've got a property in Upland or Henry Ford and a building started. We can help you build that faster. So check out that video. I've had a couple videos on Tokyo, and while that was happening, Upland, which is a virtual real estate game where you can buy properties, trade them, build, have cars, FIFA soccer stuff going on, other stuff happening. Totems came out. So, Totem reveal 8/25/23. And a lot of you may have seen my video where I said why I'm not spending more money on Upland. And Upland actually made a reaction video to that video saying they had some exciting stuff coming up and they couldn't talk about it. I'm wondering if this is what they were talking about with that. I was kind of hoping the exciting stuff would be something to do with buildings and making it more like a real estate game or real estate in real life, making our properties more, useful. But we have Totems, which is bringing life to Upland. The adventure begins. So there's this huge long story, and I should say I'm not a gamer, right? I don't play games online all day. I do Upland, that's about it. I don't have a lot of time. I have real life real estate properties and flips and rentals and businesses. I just bought another laundromat. Well, actually, I'm leasing another laundromat. My Invest for More YouTube channel goes over all of that stuff. So I joined Upland to kind of have like some fun, a little bit, and maybe it's an investment as well. I thought virtual real estate was interesting. I thought Upland was kind of the best virtual real estate platform when I joined. So I know a lot of people say, oh, this is so great. We're finally getting more gaming stuff into Upland, and you can play games, and there's second layer and different things going on there. And that's great if you're a gamer, right? And if that's what Upland's goal is to cater to gamers and create all this different stuff, that's great. That's just not me. So if you guys think I'm being too harsh or too critical on these videos, I'm just telling you how I feel. And from my perspective as a real estate investor, not a gamer. If you're a gamer, you might have a completely different opinion on this and love it. I'm not a gamer, so I'm giving you my opinion based on from where I'm coming from, what appeals to me. And I know that won't appeal to everybody, but I'm still going to give you my opinion and what I think, like it or not, because I think there are other real estate investors, people who want to invest in real estate in real life, but it's really hard right now with interest rates and prices and different things, who may be looking for a different avenue to invest in real estate, and virtual real estate might be one of those platforms. But they're not looking to spend all day gaming and doing, car races and buying FIFA legits, things like that. They want to invest in real estate and learn how it works at the same time, which Upland could be amazing at if it was set up correctly. Like, it could be an amazing investment tool, teaching tool, game that you can also make money on at the same time. And, I've thought about going about creating my own platform that could do that too, but it's a lot of work. It's a lot of effort. So I, have to give props to Upland for taking the time of doing that. They had a funding round a few years ago where they got $18 million to help fund and create Upland. So I don't quite have that much money, and I don't have time to go try and find funding partners and venture capital and all that to create my own game and different things. But that doesn't mean I won't give you my opinion. Take it or leave it. So, my whole point I missed here, but my whole point is I'm not a gamer. I used to play games when I was a kid. I was one of those people when they had the story come up on the games and they told you the background, I'm hitting my button as fast as I can to skip to that and just start playing. So they have all these backstories and different stuff. I'm not going to read the whole thing. There's 5,555 totems, 11 life forms. Something about Miles and Gia went on an expedition. I don't care. Don't care. What are totems? Totems are a captivating collection of map assets embodied by unique life forms. As Uplanders, you'll embark on a mission to nurture and maintain your totem's health, requiring protem spending. Skillful nurturing will yield additional protem as rewarding outcomes. This thrilling experience provides a sneak peek into how life will eventually work in Upland, giving you a taste of the fascinating mechanics to come. The objective is to earn as much protem rewards as possible in this exciting mini-game, serving as a simulation of the interaction between STEM and life on an exaggerated scale. It's like life on steroids. You can tell how excited and pumped I am. I don't want to learn all this. I don't have time to learn all this. I don't have time to have some other mini game within Upland. I don't have time to do car racing. I don't have time for FIFA legits. Like I said, if others do, that's cool, that's great. But I feel like all those things are taking away from the real estate side of it, right? They're focusing on all these other stuff, this like shiny object syndrome where you go boom, 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 all these different things, and you don't ever do anything really well. We have a Discord channel, the Lazy Node Discord channel, or maybe it's Invest for More, I don't know. But anyway, you're all welcome to join. I have a link below. There's some people who love what's going on, and there's other people who, I don't do treasure hunting, I don't do car racing, I don't do the FIFA stuff, and all I see is complaints about how it's not done right, or there's errors, or the scheduling's wrong, or it's not fun, and it's like you keep creating more and more stuff that isn't done right. More isn't better if you're not spending the time to make them correct. And so I don't have a lot of faith that this will be done right. Not that I want to learn it or figure it out. So they're going to have sales that you can buy, of course, and mystery passes available in the Upland store. Register for them, yada, yada, yada. Back to their journey, I don't care. What are STEM and Protem? STEM, a new currency for powering life in Upland, will hold the vital role of sustaining all living things such as trees, animals, and plants. Life's design will closely mirror the real world, where living assets will require nourishment in the form of STEM. I remember how Upland was supposed to be a real estate game that mirrored the real world when it first started, but sorry. To facilitate the transition, Protem, a substitute currency, will be utilized until the full release of STEM takes place. Protem will be redeemable 1-to-1 with STEM upon its eventual launch. Before the Totem first cycle begins, players will receive a fixed amount of Protem for each Totem they hold. No, I'm not doing that. Totem traits are the unique characteristic. Yeah, each 5 visual traits, and each trait represents an attribute that determines the nature of the totem. These traits, life, style, color, scale, and totem, have multiple variations, resulting in each totem being truly unique. I want a property that I can rent. That's what I want. I'm not going to Totem Wiki. I'm not doing that. More Chapter 1, Palm and Dragonfly. I'm not reading that either. So there's our totem, a palm tree. And I don't know what you do with it. There's another one. Okay. More palm trees. And there's a dragonfly. So anyway, there's some stuff. I invite you to explore our Totem Wiki. Eventually power the life cycle of your totems and grasp the intricacies of totem traits. It's important to note that Totem Wiki is not finalized and will unveil additional details as more totems are revealed, which means they haven't done it yet. They don't really know what they're going to do. They're hoping they figure it out later on, but they probably won't. So there you go. That's my take on totems. I don't care about totems. I don't think I ever will care about totems. And stuff like this just pushes me farther and farther away from wanting to spend time on Upland, because I know they're not concentrating on properties. I know they're not concentrating on making that better. They've kind of so much have said that they're just going to focus on other stuff in Layer 2 and releasing cities in very, very tiny chunks. Someone else commented too about how they're doing that to keep the prices up. I think releasing small cities keeps prices down. I know people don't agree with me, but here's my theory. If you release a big city with low prices, that's the key. You got to have a big city with low prices, like Detroit, like the Bronx. Queens was lowish prices, especially compared to Tokyo and London, which were crazy high. If you have really low prices and people can buy properties, and a lot of people can buy them, and they can make lots of UPICs. I used to make 1 million UPICs per city release. When they had big releases, there were low prices, and then I had 1 million UPICs to spend. If I have 1 million UPICs to spend, I can buy way more properties in the next release. I can spend money on other stuff. I can speculate on other properties. If I'm making 100,000 UPICs on a city release, maybe 200,000, then I don't have that much money to spend on the next release. Then I'm selling properties I currently have in other cities to try and get UPICs to prepare for the next release. And they keep doing these FIFA things where you need UPICs and different things where you need UPICs. And it's like, okay, I've got to keep selling properties to get UPICs to prepare for these. Not that I do them, but I know other people do. Like every time a new contest is announced, every time a new thing is announced, all of a sudden people put their properties on the market. They want to sell them to get their UPICs so they can do this new thing. And so big releases with low prices would give people that UPICs that they could spend on these things. Not having quite so much crazy stuff going on would keep the UPICs in the properties and doing the core value of the game, not people taking it out and then lowering prices everywhere. So if they really want to keep prices stable and have them stop lowering, which I think is a good thing because that would attract people to the game more. If they think prices are going to go down, what's the point? I think they'd have a lot more people joining, and we're going somewhere. I don't know where I just went. But you'd have a lot more people willing to invest in the game, play the game, join the game. More people would be talking about it, and it'd be a lot better. So as it is, I don't think that's going to be happening. I don't think they're going to do big releases. Who knows if they will ever do one again. We'll see. And speaking of Layer 2, Kingdoms has been okay. I was more excited about it in the beginning. Once you get to a certain point, it kind of loses a little bit of its luster and fun. And it's been down for 4 or 5 days now, where it's just been stuck and not evolving. So Layer 2 can be great as well, but again, not something where I want to figure out 100 different Layer 2s or be dependent on just random people who are creating these who might decide, hey, I know you guys spent 4 weeks and bought all these properties from my Layer 2, but I'm done. I don't want to do it anymore. It's boring. So there's a lot of risk in that Layer 2 as well, where they could just disappear or stop doing it, and anything you spent on that or worked on it is gone. So yeah, that's my take on Totems and the current state of Upland. I know a lot of people won't like it. That's okay. I know gamers have a different opinion than me. That's okay. I'm not trying to say everybody should think like me. I'm just trying to give some perspectives from some people who aren't gamers who might be interested in Upland, who could really help out the whole thing, but probably aren't going to be interested because of where it's going and what's happening. Okay, thanks for watching. Love to hear what you think. We'll have our contest drawing here soon, so make sure you join that if you've got properties in Henry Ford or Neponton.